Okay, John, we're gonna start in 2 minutes.
Right?
Okay, so we're starting now.
Mm.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our VWEC Metaverse Expert Series once again. We're glad to see you here, and for today's very interesting presentation and discussion, we're going to have John No One and in real life Claudio Pancani with us. Claudio is the director of the Museum Island in Second Life. Claudio, who has been a passionate advocate for education, art, and cultural preservation in Second Life since 2015, will take us on a fascinating journey through time. He will give us through the rich and vibrant civilizations of Mesopotamia, Greece, Egypt, and Rome, showcasing stunning historical accurate replicas of iconic monuments. Museum Island is renowned for its immersive educational environment, and this presentation promises to deepen your understanding of ancient cultures. Don't miss the opportunity to experience history in a way only Second Life can offer. So, Claudio Pancani managed Museum Island, a cultural, educational, and historical sim in Second Life. He has been in Second Life since 2015 and been engaged in education, art, and culture since the beginning. For those who are new to our panels or the expert series, our website is here. I'm going to paste it on the chat screen. You can find VWEC on many social media channels as well. Here is one of them. And after our presentation, we will move to the deck for a more informal conversation and social time for those who are able to stay. We're pleased to offer our panel today, and now I'm going to give the mic to the John, and he will inform us about the Museum Island and what he's been doing about Museum Island in Second Life. John, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Megwa. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. But not to paraphrase the Truman Show, also good morning, good afternoon, and good night, as there are people here from all over the world. I'm honored to have been invited here to talk about Museum Island. Museum Island, it's a scene built 13 years ago by a dear friend who, for many years, was a 3D graphic designer for the most important Italian documentary program in TV. It features replicas of about 30 monuments from the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern areas. The sim offers a journey through the history and culture of the peoples who are the origin of our Western culture. Additionally, it hosts a replica of a wing of the Vatican Library with some of the real books contained in the real one, which can also be consumed on Second Life. There is also a replica of the Royal Opera Garnier in Paris, where we organize theatrical performances every Sunday. Museum Island is also a place dedicated to education, including university level education, for example, the University of Guadalajara in Mexico, and the organization of charity events and awareness campaigns on social issues such as homophobia, gender violence, bullying, and many others. Well, going deeper in what we try to share with the residents in Second Life, um, I I'd like to begin with a remarkable example of how our virtual worlds can bring history to life. Um, Museum Island is a virtual space and it's dedicated to preserving and showcasing the rich heritage of various culture through interactive exhibits and educational activities. It offers users the opportunity to explore historical reconstructions, attend lectures, and participate in discussions, all from the comfort of their own homes. Museum Island is a testament to the power of virtual platforms in making education accessible and engaging. So let's start an excursus along the civilizations that Museum Island is talking about. So Mesopotamia, that played a crucial role in the development of Western culture, often referred to as the cradle of civilization. Mesopotamia was home to some of the earliest human civilizations, including the Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. The tribute that Mesopotamia gives to human beings passed through the writing system, starting from the Sumerians who developed cuneiform, one of the earliest writing systems around 3500 before Christus. And this was an essential innovation for record keeping, literature, and administrations. But we also need to remark the legal codes, starting from the Code of Hammurabi, and we have a stone representing that code at museum. Um, that is one of the oldest deciphered writings of significant length in the world uh, that establish laws and justice systems that influence later legal frameworks, but also mathematics and astronomy, urbanization and architecture. I don't think I need to remember about Ishtar, which now is, you can see in Berlin in real life. And it's curious that these German explorers took stone by stone Ishtadar in the actual Iraq, brought it to Berlin and rebuilt it completely. And now it's the door that gives you access to the zone of the city, which is called, it's just a case, Museum Island itself. And it's a zone of museums in Berlin. Um, or the famous Ending Garden of Babylon, which has, and we have a replica of that too. And also agriculture irrigation. So the culture in Mesopotamia was very powerful and very important for the development of all the civilizations in the Western culture. Then, then we can have a little trip in the ancient Egypt that we represent with Abu Simbel and the tomb of Nefertari, which was the wife of Ramses II, the builder, at least the one who commissioned the building of Abu Simbel. And all this story about ancient Egypt is so important that I don't think I need to explain it. We also show that I think the most famous stone in the world, the stone of Rosetta, the Rosetta stone. And it's important, the tribute of Egypt, of ancient Egypt for the humanity, just in architecture, medicine, and art. Then we go to the maybe the most important, the most brilliant ancient culture, which was the ancient Greece, with with its philosophy, with the birth of democracy, even if the concept of democracy in Athens was very different from how now we perceive as democracy. Literature and drama, and science and mathematics. So a very powerful tribute. And then to Rome, the one of the longest emperors of the human being's history, which the tribute in law and governance, in engineering and architecture, language and literature. We in the west of the world we all share the alphabet, and the military and political organization. I would like to point on more on political organization than military, of course. But that's the main Second Life. So these excursus through the history and to the culture of these great peoples in the past. But we have always tried to share with the Second Life residents something which is even more modern, contemporary. So we try to give interactive learning because Second Life offers, and this is an example, immersive interactive experiences that mean learning about history, culture, and science, and make them more engaging. The virtual museums, historical reconstructions, and educational simulations allow us users to explore and learn in a hands-on way. And Second Life is accessible to everybody. So everybody is equal in Second Life. Everybody can walk. We can even fly if you want. Everybody can communicate. No need to be able to talk if we want. And this is a great way to give a chance to all the people to feel equal, to feel safe and in a good condition to share his time with the others and to learn something. Um, I think that our mission is to share with the Second Life residents um, a deep travel into culture, into art, into social issues, as I said before. So we always try to encourage people that comes to visit Museum Island to get in touch with these themes and to find a curiosity that they can how can I say they can apply in their real life. So starting from Second Life, that is easy to reach. You visit a monument, you can decide to go in the country and visit it with your real eyes, but also to have a chance to be in contact with themes, as I said before, like homophobia or gender violence, and to be more aware about them and try to find a way to share these ideas in the real world and to uh, contribute to make this world a better place to live. So that during the years we try to make conferences, but also theatrical shows and musical events dealing with these themes in order to also make these things more smart. I mean, we always try, yes, to let the people cry, but also to let the people enjoy a different way to live. So, uh, find the way to smile against the issues. And I firmly believe in that. And so another important thing, as I said, is educational. So we have, and we still organize lessons and courses about languages, scripting, and programs like Photoshop or Blender for people that are interested in. But we also host a couple of universities. I quoted the University of Guadalajara in Mexico, and in particular, a teacher from there, which is Francesco Tomaselli, that organizes with his students courses of scenic and artistic theater. So they built scenes for theater and architecture. So this is a great way to learn people that Second Life can host this at a low cost at the end, allowing to have an immersive experience. So if I build something, I can experience how can be to live inside it. And this is something that the students appreciate a lot. Um, a particular a particular place in my heart I have the initiative we had for the social issues. We have been part of an association founded in Second Life called Second Lay that for over 10 years fighted against violence on women and fighted to get gender equity. And we organized with many other Italian teams many shows and meetings and conferences and lectures about that. So this is what we really want to do in Second Life. This is what we think Second Life can offer to people. Being honest, I wouldn't like to talk too much. I know that the program says that I have 45 minutes and then 15 minutes for questions, but I would really prefer a dialogue if everybody agrees in order to develop these teams.
Sure, John. We could make it more interactive, and we could ask you some questions and guide the conversation through that, if that is okay with you as well.
Yes.
I will start with a question actually, because you talk about there are some universities visiting the Museum Island, and you're offering some courses or some sessions or maybe guided tours even, I don't know. But then, like, I have some students every term that I bring to the Second Life, for example. Like, as a professor, how should we proceed to book a session with Museum Island, and how can we do that together if I want to do it per se?
It's very easy. You can just contact me, tell me what you need. I can give you the space you need if you need space to do something, for example, to build something. We can book a timing which is convenient for both if you need myself. Or you are free to visit, to use the same as you wish, the time you wish, any way you want, because that's why I define myself director and not owner of Museum Island. Well, okay, practically I am the owner because I am the one that is owner of the Regin Group, etc. But I don't feel myself like an owner of the scene, but exactly like a director. So the one that manages the situation and helps people to use the space we offer. That's all. So just contact me. Everything is for free, of course. Just contact me and let me know what you need, and everything can be possible.
Okay, thank you. And there is one question from Ilsa here. It's a very beautiful island. So may I ask, how many dozens do you have? And if I was interested in volunteering, is that a thing?
Yes, of course. It's a great question. Okay. Besides the University of Guadalajara that does his things by himself in autonomy, we had a teacher of English for Italians, a teacher for Photoshop, and a teacher for Blender. These are for Italians. I have always had the dream to share Museum Island with international people. So I really would like to organize, if I had volunteers, lessons in schools and courses for in English speakers. So also for Spanish speakers, why not? Or French speakers, why not? The space is available, and I really would like to have more of them, and so to offer the contents to a non-Italian.
Okay, thank you, Ilsa. I hope that answers your question.
My pleasure.
Okay. And so anyone else has any other questions? I'm checking
Just
the chat if
I
I
just
missed it.
Meanwhile, I just add one thing. Uh, to explain the reason I decided at the end to have a shorter speech. Uh, for the same thing, I'm not the kind of man that likes to talk about what he does. Something like it was something I feel better for, no? But I really would like to communicate that we are a great community and we can share knowledge, culture all together. And that's what I wanted to do tonight. And it was a very big occasion to do that.
Okay, Val has a question. Have you done most of the building yourself, or do you have a team of colleagues that does that for you?
As I said, almost all the buildings have been done by this friend. This is he is Carlo Lello Zapatero in Second Life, Carmine Lillo in real life. He built them when he ended his contract with Rai, which is the main important Italian TV channel. So he was very free to spend his time and started to build these monuments. I still wasn't in Second Life that time, so there was another Italian that paid for the sim that time. Then that guy had some problems and needed to leave Second Life. The sim passed to an American association. And then I started to take care of it 6 or 7 years ago. I don't remember exactly so far. Well, the monuments of Museum Island are made by Carmine Lillo, Carlo Zapatero. The Royal Opera Garnier is made by another friend that comes from Poland. And in front of of Royal Opera Garnier, you can also visit a great palace that is in near Warsaw in Poland, and is one of the old palace of the King of Poland, which is Wilanów Palace itself. So this is the answer. The monuments are made by Carolello, the Royal Opera, and the Valinov Palace is made by Andy Loon in Second Life.
Follow up.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I talked about that with Carmine Lillo a lot of times. So he visited all the monuments in real life, and studied and studied and studied on documents for years and years in order to do a job which was the most accurate possible. Yes, of course, not everything is really accurate, but just because we don't know how it was. For example, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, we still don't know how it was really. The replica Carlo Lello made is follows um, the most ancient illustrations we have of that comes from the 3rd century. Yes. Or another example is the Rhodes Colossus. We don't have any image of how the Rhodes Colossus was, but we only have a painting of that, and this is the inspiration of the replica he did.
Okay. So I'm looking at the chat if there's any other questions from the audience, or if not, okay. Ellie has a question. I have heard you express the beauty of virtual worlds because it's so easy to change things. What are some of the challenges in having a museum here in Second Life?
Um, Great question and very difficult answer. This is because I start saying one thing. Everything have a sense if even just one person visiting New Zealand Island um, discover to have a curiosity about what we do there. So every single moment we spend for that has a value if someone get curiosity and is interested in. The great challenge is um, to let Second Life residents that Second Life is also culture, is also education. Uh, for my experience, sadly, and I am talking about my direct first experience in Second Life, it seems that Second Life was only photogenical scenes, discotheques, shopping, and I don't quote the other thing that is maybe the most important market in Second Life. So to let people know that there is something more, that there is culture, that there is education in Second Life is the most difficult challenge we always face. And sometimes we hit the point, sometimes we don't, but that's okay.
Okay, one more question from Well. Do you hold any events on the island, particularly historical events?
Well, we normally focus ourselves in events that deals with social issues mostly, or inauguration of art exhibitions, honestly. But we had in the past, and I would like to do them again. We had conferences about the monuments. So talking about that specific monument, and then talking about the culture of the monument, the history around it, and so on. But normally, the events we organize are dedicated to something we care for. We cooperate with some beneficial association. We do events, musical events for that, trying to, in some case, to get funds for them, etc.
So, is Museum Island only available in Second Life, or does it exist in other
Sadly,
platforms?
yes. Sadly, yes. We used to talk about exporting it also in other virtual worlds. But it's very, very, very complicated because Second Life is mostly made in prints. So it should require a big work in transforming it in mesh and then move on the other virtual worlds. We always say we want to do that, but it requires a lot of time, and we never have enough time to even start doing it. But we will love it.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, let me check the chat again, if any question from the audience. Okay, I can't see other questions
I have
yet.
a question. Yes,
Okay.
hi. I'm Pastor Yvetta in real life and Pastor Shaltina in Second Life. I've been in Second Life 21 years. The question that I have is, do you have any documents that we can disseminate into our various groups and culture throughout Second Life? Because I've been looking around and I thought there would be some information that you all would be sharing that I could take back as to what all you have going on here, because it seems phenomenal. I've only been here this time today, but that's the most important thing, is to get the word out so that there becomes a dialogue in the future and more visitors.
Well, you are. If I understood well, you asked if we have documents that dealing with the buildings we show. Was it the question?
Yes. See, yes, that's the question. Yes. See.
Okay. So far, the answer is yes, but no, because thanks to the University of Guadalajara, we did a big work about that years ago. The students prepared web pages dealing with any single monument, which contained a basic information and links to other documents and phones, and etc. But those guys, at the end, didn't complete the job, so
Okay.
it remained there. Anyway, we have all the material in our hand, and we can provide it. But once more, we would like to have more time in order to be able to improve that aspect, that part of what we show, because I totally agree with you. It should be very important because, okay, Second Life is first of all a visual experience, but Museum Island, as good as many others, seems like that, has a a great chance to offer something more. So to mix and match the visual experience with lectures, with documents, of course, as you said. So
Yes.
thank you for the question.
Oh, you're welcome. I will see if church librarian, I used to be a real life librarian, so I will check with my church librarian to see if maybe she'll want to volunteer some time to help with those, putting those documents together. And I'll volunteer a little bit of time. My time is kind of limited, but I will be glad to help. All right, to get it started.
Yeah, I really would love that, and I would accept any volunteer that would like to help us, to work with us to do that. Really,
Absolutely.
I would appreciate it. Yes.
Thank you, Charletina. And the other thing I would say probably here is like that is what we are doing as well. We do a lot of stuff. We did a lot of stuff as a university here in Second Life, but sadly we were not, very good at marketing what we were doing, and showing off on different media channels and so on. And that seems to be the same problem that you're facing, John. So I would recommend also using, I don't know if you guys are using right now, but some of those um, social media platforms, such as the LinkedIn or I don't know, any other Instagram. So what I did was last couple of years that I have a team of assistants and other professors working with me right now. We kind of start doing those things. So
Yes, good point. Good point, Megwa.
might help you as well in that sense.
Yeah, so far we only use Facebook when we promote our events. For example, in this period we are doing cinema, real time cinema. So we can experience a real cinema. So if you arrive to the movie theater 5 minutes after the movie began, you can't see it, you can watch it from the fifth minute. It was something we worked for years to find a way to do that, but it's very funny, interesting, and we are trying to do to show pictures which have an importance, a social importance or an artistic importance, always dealing with old films, old movies of 30, 40, 50 years ago, just because we really don't want to show movies that you can see to the cinema right now. Or other events, we promote them, those events on Facebook and Instagram. But I agree with you, LinkedIn could be a good way, a good new route to walk in, because at the end, okay, we are volunteers, we do it for free, but it's something like a job, and we would need to look at it as a job itself. So LinkedIn could be a good idea. I would like to go in all the social, but once more, we should need more time. And as everybody, I have a real life work. I deal with that. I also love to experience my free time, enjoying Second Life and visiting other things. So the time is very tyrannos as usual.
Okay, any other questions? I'm looking at the audience again.
While waiting for a new question, yes, Tatlina, Plainfield is the latest, but it's a social strictly dedicated to those who make pictures in Second Life, bloggers and only. So I don't think it's quite useful to promote museum. Yes, we can put the pictures there, but we should need some photo maker in Second Life that regularly makes photo and publish them. I don't ask too much to anybody. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, in the screen now, there is the reconstruction of the symbol. This is now the version with the original ancient colors, because that's a curiosity that maybe some of them doesn't know, some of you don't know. All the buildings in the past and also sculptures in the past were colored. Now they should look each to our modern eye, but they were colored once. So this is particular because we have a panel on the left of the monument. You can click in order to see it as it is now and as it was once.
I took the liberty of taking some of those pictures and put it here, so
Thank you, appreciate it.
there are others that I took as well.
There are many. Okay, this is the Halicarnassus mausoleum, the big tower you can see there.
Yeah. How big is the sim that you own as the museum island?
Sorry?
how big is this sim? How big is the
We have
and-
two sims. One, two full sims, 30K prints each. Museum Island stays on the ground floor of one of those sims. The second one has been rented by Linden Lab because of the Royal Opera Garnier. For the theater, for a better theatrical experience, we found convenient that the stage is on another sim respect of the audience. So we decided to do this effort. At the beginning, the second sim, the one for the stage, was a homestead, but it wasn't enough because sometimes we had shows with more than 20 avatar. So we decided to make an effort and to pass to the full sim.
Okay. And I have a student as well who is building right now. She took our courses in virtual world and she was interested in the virtual world. Now she's building herself some of those cultural heritages that we have in Turkey, and she's doing some replicas of that. And like last thing was she built was a castle, like castle in the sea where we are located in Turkey, and that castle is in danger of being underwater because of the raising water levels and the climate change and so on. So she created that and we put it on our campus. So if you want to see those student-made, historical monuments, we could show it to you as well, and I think the students would like it also. Someone like you who owns a museum in Second Life.
I would be pleased.
The students' work.
I would be pleased, and we could also think about giving him a platform where he can rent his buildings and create an environment.
Great. So I will contact her with you, and then
with pleasure.
You have a lot in common in terms of what you're
regarding
doing.
Regarding Turkey, we also have two monuments of Turkey, which are the Basilica Cistern in Istanbul,
yeah,
and the Library of Celsus.
Great.
So, well, okay, it's Greek culture, but they are in Turkey.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roman culture, but they are in Turkey. Yes, Ali, as I said before, all the students and teachers are welcome. Once more, I am available, trying a date which is good for everybody to be with you, or you can use it as you want. So this is why Museum Island still exists in Second Life. So I can just be happy about that.
Okay. Any other questions from the audience before we wrap it up? Okay. What's next for Museum Island? Is Ellie's question.
Well, we just keep going with doing the things we are doing. As I said, I would like to extend education to other languages than Italian. So if you know someone that would like to organize as volunteer some lessons, some courses about anything, they are welcome. They are welcome. We want to keep going with awareness on many teams. So we just want to proceed with our mission and vision of what Second Life must offer to people.
John, we also have a group of researchers and scholars that we're working together and we do a lot of seminars and conferences in real life where you can maybe present what you're doing in Second Life as a speaker in those. If you wish, we could invite you in the future events of those as well.
With pleasure, of course. With pleasure. I would love that.
And there's also VWBPE conference coming up, I guess, here in Second Life. So that could be also a good platform to showcase what you're doing. I don't know if you have done it before in those.
Yes, sometimes I did.
Okay. Okay, Well is also saying that we partner with several educational groups. I'll contact you later about bringing a group tour if you're willing to guide us.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, any other questions or comments from the audience? Okay, if there is no other questions from the audience right now, we thank you, John, for your participation and informative session today with the expert series. And we could continue our chat informally here behind the scene here.
I thank you so much for inviting me. I thank you all this great crowd that is here listening to myself. And I really wait for any news or for any question, information in the future too. I am at your complete disposal for everything. And to everybody of you, because I know that there are many educators here. If you need a space where you can rest, can do things, don't hesitate to ask. The land is there for that. Now, thanks to Madori that I saw will be here soon. Thanks to we are educational team. So with a good treatment by Linda Lab, so I can afford the costs without any problem, and I'm happy to share our space, our prints, and etc. with everybody. Can offer some cultural experience to residents.
Thank you, John.
Yes, the aim of Museum Island is this one, but let me share it with all the attendants. Very senior. I will always hate Second Life inventory. When you select something, everything moves for hours and you can't click anything.
Okay, meanwhile, we have our next panel, which is on the board on the right side of the screen right now, if you're looking at us. It is about the panel on Dickens project, Marie Wentz, Bethany Winslow, Cretia, Caledonia, Gentle Heron, and P will be our guests in that one. So it's going to be on Friday, December 13th, 1 p.m. SLT time again. And if you want more information, you can click on the board. Okay. And thank you for the landmark, John. Okay, we can move to the stage where we can have some refreshments and talk more about Museum Island. Thank you.